नमस्कार दोस्तों। उम्मीद है आप सब स्वस्थ होंगे और हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ अपने आप को अपग्रेड कर रहे होंगे इंटरनली एंड एक्सटर्नली। तो आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं कि स्ट्रक्चर्स का बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंस है इन द आर्किटेक्चरल डिज़ाइन। विदाउट स्ट्रक्चरल सिस्टम वी कैन नॉट डिज़ाइन एनी स्ट्रक्चर, वी कैन नॉट एनविसेज एनी शेप, वी कैन नॉट डू समथिंग which is extraordinary, we cannot give any form without the structural systems. तो कुछ स्टूडेंट्स उन्होंने मुझसे रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि स्ट्रक्चर पे एक दो वीडियो बना करके कि कैसे वो स्ट्रक्चरल सिस्टम को अपने डिज़ाइन में सेट कर सकते हैं, उसका कुछ आइडिया दें। तो मैंने इस वीडियो को तैयार किया है, बट इन शॉर्ट आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट यू कंपेयर एवरी स्ट्रक्चरल सिस्टम विद योर body skeleton, because our skeleton we have all the bone systems. It is a sort of structural systems which takes care of our body. When we pick up any luggage, it takes care of load of that luggage also. And we have various joints, as we have this joint in our hand. This is sort of hinge joint, and we have joints everywhere. This is also a joint, these are also a joint. So all the bones, they act as a structural element. All the joints, they work, and we transfers load from our body, imposed load as well as our self weight from our feet to the ground. So similarly we can compare this. So be with me in this overall video. We shall be discussing a lot of things, and we shall be sharing knowledge about the structural systems in the architecture. So I am Pradeep Kharbanda on the platform of Sankey Designer, and we shall continue. I will be sharing my screen and we shall be continue with this. लास्ट तक बने रहिए मेरे साथ, बिकॉज कुछ नॉलेज हो सकता है आप भी शेयर करें, कुछ इनपुट समय दें। अगर आपको लगता है वीडियो अच्छी है तो प्लीज़ इसे शेयर करना और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, और अपने वैल्यूएबल कमेंट्स दीजिए सो दैट नेक्स्ट इसी सीरीज़ की वीडियो में मैं उसे इनकॉर्पोरेट कर लूँ और कुछ इंप्रूवमेंट हो जाए। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
So today we need to understand what is the importance of structural system in the architectural design. So quickly we will have to try to understand how these various members, they are connected to each other and they transfer the loads. What are the different type of loading? So let's start. So first I would like to share the aim of art is to represent not only to the outward appearance of the things but their inward significance also. So here, what is definition of structural system? We need to understand gradually. Structure is an arrangement and organization of interrelated members, elements in a material object or systems, or the object or systems so organized. Material structures include man-made objects such as building and machines, and natural objects such as biological organisms, minerals and chemicals. So basically it defines various definitions here. The consequence of this is the structural system is a interconnection between all type of members, different type of members, which we takes in designing, interconnected by different type of joints, and they transfers the load successfully from one member to other member through these joints, and ultimately to the support, which is normally a foundations. We can see this is the purpose, this is the definition of a structural systems here. So the various definitions we have seen this one. Second says the arrangement of and relations between the parts of the elements of something complex. Maybe something complex, it says complex type of assemblies there. So synonyms of these are construction forms, formation, shape, composition, fabric, anatomy, makeups, constitutions, more. Definition of a structure. So construction or framework of identifiable elements. The element should be identifiable. Components, entities, factors, members, parts, except which gives a forms and shapes which is decided by the architect in a structural design. So you need to understand these members can have any shape, forms of identifiable elements, and ultimately you have to use them in your structural systems and to put in to get a forms or the shape which you have designed. So structure is a very important word which may be used in different contexts, as we have social structures, economic structure, poverty structure, and any structure. So in our case, we are talking about a structure which is connected to the structural system for transferring a load of any building or any structures, right? A chair is also a structure, a table is also a structure which we use for some specific purpose. Now, what is structure in architecture? In general terms, defined for buildings and other physical structures. An arrangement and organization of different interrelated elements which successfully transfer the forces to the supports and foundation. So this you can see an arrangement and an organization of different interrelated elements successfully transfers the load without any failure to the others. What do structure do? It carries loads, self-load, imposed loads, other impact loads, and transfer these loads from each members to other members and finally to the support to the foundation. Simple, that is structural systems. Various loads which can be generated: tension, pulling, compression, pushing, flex or bending, shear, tearing, torsion, twisting. It may be a combination of 2 and 3. Out of these are many, depending upon the type of forces. Effect of loads: what this happens when these loads comes, members may fail if they get deformed beyond a limit, they get twisted beyond a limit, they get buckles, it ultimately lead to failure of the whole structural systems. Structure analysis means assessing the effect of load to find out what is the stress in each and every member, what is the strain, what is the shear force, what are the moments, and what are the twisting. And then we have to design that members accordingly to take care of all these stresses so that it successfully transfers all these finally generated stresses, shear, strains, and forces, etc. on this. Designing, it's very important to find out joints. It may be rigid, it may be pin, it may be hinged, it may be roller support. So we have to understand the importance of each and every joints, because joints are very important in transferring the loads, and these are the most vulnerable component of any structural systems which get failed sometimes under heavy loads or a combination of various loads. So structural can be referred as framework of elements for a given load systems which gives the stability and resist the load, successfully transfers the load to the supports foundation. You can compare very well structural arrangements to a body, a beautiful body here, a very strong body here. This is the structural systems which transfers the load. You can see it here. All bones are there, they have different type of shapes, but ultimately idea is to transfer the load of this beautiful body, self-load, as well as the load which are picked up by this human body. Maybe sort of suitcases, maybe other luggage. So ultimately idea is to transfer through these loads from these structural system to these feet from the feet to the foundations. Here you can see. So very well you can compare a human skeleton in a structural systems. In fact, our skeleton maintains the shape of our body and keeps various organs and muscles in right place and transmits the loads down to the ground. Even the spider which makes a web, it's a tensile structure. We can see all webs they are under tensions, under load of these webs. It can take wind load also. You can see if you go and touch one thread of this web, you will just pull it, it will come out, it will not break, it will come very far away. So it has a tensile properties in this, right? Here we can see a member where we can have a load of elephant on the top we have a compression, in bottom we have a tension. We'll try to understand this in the next slides. So here you can see type of loading, patterns of loading. Here we have a point load, concentrated load at one point. Assume these are concentrated at this point. We have roller supports. We'll discuss rollers in next slide. Then we can have point loads. We have distributed loads, uniformly distributed load. Here you can see you are standing on a floor. Your load is a point load. But something is kept on a floor, it is a point load. UDL is a sort of wall which is put on the slab. It is a UDL, sort of UDL, uniformly distributed load. Triangular load, at one end it may be 0, at second end it is increasing gradually. So here we can have a triangular load. From here it is 0 and it goes up to here, W Newton per meter, right? And we call it a span here to here. So we calculate this loading divided by this span in Newton per meter. So zigzag load is non-uniform, unknown load, all of a sudden which comes to the structure. Here we can see moment is there, it is trying to twist here, pin joint is there. So it is applying a couple sort of twisting tendency is here. So you can see various combination of loads here. We have a joint load here 0, here we have increasing, so it is gradually increasing here. Here it's a combination of UDL, combination of point load concentrated at one land. Here you can see this structure from varying from to this but uniformly here. So we have various supports here. Here we have a roller support, pin support. These are fixed joints. These are already pin joints with fixed supports. Here you can see different type of joints. We'll try to understand next couple of slides. So here you can see concentrated load, beam is there, wall is there, it may be columns, load coming on it may be somewhere centering also. Here in this picture it seems to be at the center. Here it's a UDL, load on the beam or slab, supports are there. Here it's constantly increasing, uniformly increasing load. Here it is a zigzag load, varying from place to place, arbitrary is not known to us. So these type of combinations are possible. This type of load already explained. This is also explained. This is sometimes when the loading is very uncertain, we can see this type of loads. So structure has to stand in all type of loading. You can see point load, uniformly distributed load, right? Uniformly carrying load. Here you can see zigzag load, uncertain. Now we need to understand what is joint. Here it is a pin joint. You can see creates the reactions. No moment is there because the bending is allowed. Here roller support. Horizontal movement is allowed. Twisting is allowed. So only we have a vertical reaction here with respect to any action. Here we have a fixed joint, so we have a moment in a reaction. We have horizontal and vertical load. Here roller support is there, so we have horizontal and vertical reactions, no moments because it allows the rotation. So we can have these type of supports in between the members in the joints and the supports. So classification of arches based on material can be steel, RCC, masonry arches. We have seen various structure like this. Shapes we can see parabolic, circular arches, elliptical arches, shoe, lancets, etc. Structural behavior, we have fixed arches, 2-hinge arches, 3-hinge arches, right? So these type of structural members we use in various structural systems for different type of loading, and these type of joints we use when we connect all these members to the each other and for transferring the load. So here we can broadly we will look into classification of load. Here you can see the vertical load, right? Here you can see the vertical load, and so here in the load you can see vertical loads which are dead load, live load, snow load. We normally don't have snow load here in our regions, but in hill areas, certainly in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, we have snow loads which is very heavy sometimes on the slabs. So structure has to carry this load also. Then impact load, all of a sudden which load comes, jerks. And horizontal we have wind load, earthquake loads, etc. Longitudinal loads on bridges, gantry. These are longitudinal loads which comes. And here you can see this foundation management. How do we do? As per IS 1904, electrical short heel sounding, soils, fluid, liquid pressures, vibrations, fatigues, impacts, erection loads. See, all of a sudden during erections the loads comes, failure may be there, stress concentrations due to some point load appear. So IS 875 1987 and American Standard gives for the various loads of minimum type for various structure for which we have to design. Dead loads, live loads, these are given in the codes. Rest we have to look into when we design the structure, when we envisage any structure. Here we can see earthquake forces, horizontal forces which are coming on a building all of a sudden, which tries to tilt these vertical members and this horizontal member with respect to each other, clearing a tearing force between these two members, slab and vertical members, ultimately leading to failure of the structure. So we have to keep our structure well strong with respect to this force also when we design our structure, right? So we can see impact of earthquake load can be vertical, horizontal forces on the building, vibrations due to this earthquake, right? Normally we divide into these earthquake load in 2-3 components, and we design our building like this, right? And here you can see how the loads are transferred from horizontal, these slabs to these beams, from beams to these columns, and columns to the footing gradually. This is the criteria. Here you can see from slabs may be one way, two way. If possible, then we'll understand in next of the few presentations later on. From these slabs, the loads are transferred to from these beams to columns. So this beam contributes to this column, this beam contributes to this column. So load from these beams and these beams jointly come to this, and from here to footing and footing to ground. So these all members have to be safe in during process of transferring these loads to the bottom. Here you can see load, self load of building, loads of this furniture, fixtures, people load, parking if we have the ground floor. All load are to be transferred from this horizontal member to this vertical member, from vertical member to these footings, from footing to this ground. So all these members gradually have to perform safely. Their deformation should be limited. They should transfer the load successfully from each and every member to finally to the bottom, to the earth. So collapse, how the collapse can be due to failure can be due to extreme environmental conditions. Environmental load, you can see the acting loads, earthquake, wind very high. Recently we have seen wind in this West Bengal and Odisha. We have seen lot of devastations due to high speed of wind. So wind loads are very dangerous. Number of buildings have gone, their sheds have gone, trees have gone. Loads are very dangerous. We have to take care when we design our buildings. Hoardings, lot of hoardings go down during wind, even in our areas also, not in coastal area. Even mode of failure can be plastic deformations. All of a sudden deformation is very high, it is not able to retain its own shape, get down elongated, so plastic deformation. Ductile means after some time of retention, again coming back to beyond a limit, it has gone yielded, it has gone into ductile. For brittle means all of a sudden as chops we can see, bricks we can see, when we break it, it's a brittle failure or buckling. Elastic or inelastic buckling can be elastic or inelastic. Fatigue, vibrations, resonance, foundation settlement and failure. Foundation and these settlements are very dangerous. This will lead to immediate collapse of the structure. If the slab fails, it's very easy, you can evacuate yourself. Beams fails, localized failure. But if foundation failures, all of a sudden failure is there, the building will totally collapse immediately. So we have to take care of failure of foundation on our building. It's very dangerous. The foundation get failed, maybe settlement, maybe anything. Unserviceability means the excessive deformations. Structure may not fail, it is strong enough to take the load, but it gives us a feeling of unserviceability. It gives us a feeling of fear when we go to this. So unserviceability when the deformations are very high. Unexpected loads are there, earthquake loads are there, inadequate point loads are there. So that may leads to sometimes fire is there, that can also lead to damage in the structure. Structural elements which can cause to the structural failure are also. In the coastal areas we have this tendency of structural members to get corrosion and get the strength get diminished, and then the failure possibility of there too. We have to take all the precautions of these things, right? So basically idea of a structural system is to design to analyze the forces which are coming on the structure, to analyze them and to design it. Only these 3 points we can cover in a structure. We have to very wisely work out the loads and forces on a structure. Accurately we have to design load types. What is the pattern, zigzag, point load, etc. Structural analysis, find out the impact of these loads on the structural members. Deflection is there, how much stress strain is there, how much bending moment is there, we have to work out. Design, we're trying to find out size of the elements, material of elements. As in RCC building, we try to find out shape and size of the beams, columns, reinforcement percentage, specification, M20, M30, M40, whatever we take in the designs to cater these type of analysis, the shear force bending moments which come on the structures. Here we can see one-dimensional elements, roof, struts, ties, beams, arches. These are one-dimensional elements. The dimension of one direction is very high in comparison to other direction, so other is neglected. So these are basically takes, flexors and compressions. We can see beams here and we can see columns here. You can see two-dimensional, we have members, plates, slabs, shells, walls. These are two-dimensional elements. With thin dimension have little either, but we resist the biaxial fractions. 3-dimension we can have solid masses. The structural elements are combined and arranged in the structural system. All these elements, they are taken into structural system in combinations with, they are connected to each other with the joints and they are considered. Majority of everyday load bearing structures, framed structures, components one-dimensional, bending structures, it is here. Other types are vice vector active structures such as trusses. You can see there. Here we have the axial loads on these. Surface active structures, shell, folded plate, form active structures such as structures and IB structures. So ultimately we need to understand what is one-dimensional structure, what is second-dimensional structure, what is three-dimensional structure, and how these members are connected to each other through some joints and transfers the load ultimately to get a forms which is envisaged by by an architect. You can see structural systems here. I have tried to analyze here. You can see how these members are connected to each other. This is the biggest airport of the world, Beijing Daxing International Airport, completed by the well-renowned architect Zaha Hadid. Main building of area is this much, spans are very high. Finally, these structural systems are connected to each other. These members, they give shapes like this to a building, to this airport's buildings, you can see here. So these structural systems, even interiors is defined by these structural members, you can see. So this is possible only when you are able to envisage structural systems where the load can be transferred, where the shapes you envisage can be maintained. So it's very important. You can see the final shapes here. Result of that skeleton is the final shape of the airport. That's very important. Normally we have building like this, slabs, then we have beams, then columns. The loads are divided from these slabs to these beams, beams to columns, columns to this foundation. Ultimately we design for various type of loadings, maybe self load, maybe live loads, and other loads which are coming on this structure in earthquake prone areas, zone 3, zone 4. We design for the earthquake loads also, and for high rise buildings we design for wind load also. Here you can see grid plan where the loads are, how loads are transferred. This is a 3D view of this grid plan structure. You can see a 3-4 story building, how the loads are transferred. If I take this grid, how loads, horizontal loads are transferred to vertical members, from vertical to this ground, right? So these members, they take different type of loading. They take axial loads, they take moments, and they take which tries to create reactions on these members, and these are designed to take care of those loadings. Here you can see load bearing structure, how this brick work. It is taking a load, no columns are there, then slab is on, that is there. Normal, this type of structures are very common in India, especially nowadays in rural area. But in urban areas, flats, we go for framed structure, which we have seen in the last slide. Here now see this wooden structure, how from the roofing the load is transferred to these members, horizontal members, inclined members, from to this, from there to vertical members, and there to this substructure, from substructure to the bottom in the soil. So the load should be transferred successfully from top to bottom to all these joints. No failure should be there. It's very important when we look here. Ultimately loads are transferred here. Loads are transferred to the foundation, you can see here. It's very important. You can see this frame structure ultimately same. It's a combination of grid, columns, beams, slabs, loads are transferred like this. You can see this grid. So these joints are very important. We design as a rigid joint or whatever we design. Sometimes monolithic design, it depends on the design. You can see it here. Right. Thank you very much for this. Next we'll cover some students have asked for the shear force, bending moment, and basic concept of a structure. We'll try to take in the next slide. The structural system is so simple, that's why it is complicated. You need not to afraid from the structural system. You have to wisely select it and design it. Thank you very much.